So when Concord died, and then kind of around the time that Astrobot was about to release, there was this article, some quotes came out from the Sony chief financial officer, Hiroki Totoki is how I'm going to say his name. I'm probably butchering that. And he was saying he doesn't think that they as a media giant have enough franchises that they have fostered from the beginning. And a lot of people, at least on the gaming side, really kind of like balked at this because there's a lot of franchises that Sony has had in the past that have died and they haven't really done anything with since then. Like Resistance is one of them that gets brought up a lot, especially on the first person front. Killzone, which actually didn't die all that long ago. We still had a Killzone in the PlayStation 4 generation. But then we, like Parappa the Rappa and Sly Cooper and a lot of other ones. Yeah. But I think that with a little bit more clarity and people kind of commenting on this, that I think that the comment was a little bit more upon like just all of their media, not just in gaming, but also in anime and also in films and stuff like that, and things in the gaming that they can then transition over. Ed, like you said you've been playing Astrobot and seeing a lot of things, and there are a lot of things in there that pay homage to past franchises that are aligned, at least in memory, with PlayStation, but they're not PlayStation owned IPs that they fostered from the beginning. So I think that that's kind of more what he's saying. Whereas like on the Nintendo side, for instance, if you want to stick with the gaming side, like they've almost every franchise they fostered from the beginning. Now, obviously not every single one. Right. And even ones that weren't necessarily fostered by them solely, like Pokemon, is heavily thought to be a Nintendo kind of thing. So I think that that's really more what he was talking about. Now, I don't know that I agree or disagree. I think that I think that it's valid to go out there and say, hey, but you've got this tons of IP here that are dead and you're languishing and nothing's being done with them that are still beloved franchises. But there's also a lot of those that I often wonder, like, how much is nostalgia like playing into that? Because like if those franchises didn't continue, usually that's because they weren't that great at selling when they were alive, regardless of what your nostalgic feelings for it are. Resistance in particular. Resistance, from my memory, always reviewed relatively well, did had like a devout following, but never particularly sold well, despite there being several Resistance games. And there was a PlayStation Vita game, I believe, Resistance Vita game. And I know there was a PSP game, or I'm almost certain there was. So it's like those franchises wouldn't have gone away if they sold lots and lots and lots of copies. Now, that's not to say that there's not a say like, hey, some time has passed, bring it back, give it another go. I'd be all for that as well. But I mean, it's just there's a lot of times that we as consumers just in general and fans of a medium look back at things with rose-tinted glasses, and it's like, I don't think it's just always these companies being and killing off their beloved things. It's like beloved to you might be beloved to almost nobody else. I mean, look at me over here. I was screaming the praises of Concord, and virtually nobody else was. I'm not going to sit here and another 4 years be like, man, everybody loved it. Why you let Concord? That's just not going to be. That wouldn't be reality. So I think that it's a little bit of all these different things together. I mean, everybody's welcome to have their opinions, but I'd be more interested in myself personally. I'd be more interested in looking at data and seeing what might have formed those decisions. Because I guarantee if half of these franchises were super successful, Sony would have just kept making them. They wouldn't have stopped. So we'll see. We'll see. I would be all for bringing some of them back.
Yeah.